the first thing that I love to do is create groups, and I know you guys have seen me talk about this in Cubase. So the first thing that we are gonna do is create groups, and in case you don't know how to create groups, this is gonna help you to understand how to create groups so that you can be able to like mix those tracks in a better way, in a professional way, and just groups or buses are just gonna help you to spend less time on arranging and try to control each vocal or each instrument alone. This is just gonna be able to control all things together. Let's say all the choruses, all these choruses are just gonna be in one place, and that place is called a bus. That bus is just gonna have all the effects for these for the chorus, and the chorus is gonna be easier to control from there. And then there is another bus that is gonna like a group that is gonna be able to group all these and put them into that bus, and that bus is just gonna control the verses. And in that bus there's gonna be effects for the for the verses, and that's what we are gonna create right now. But before that, let's go ahead and open up our view channel rack, and then come to the first one, hold Control L so that you can send the first vocal to the mixer, and then come to the second one, highlight the second one, and then the same procedure, Control L, Control L, Control L. As you can see, I'm sending them to the mixer. Control L, Control L, Control L. So the first stage is making our group channel or sending our vocals to the bus. Control L. So now that we are done, we are gonna pick insert number one. So let us pick insert number one, and insert number one is going to be our bus. So how do you do that? Just come on that insert for now. Let's just rename it. Just come to rename and color. So we are gonna name this group number one, group number one. So this is gonna be our group number one, just like we do it in Cubase. Then what I'm gonna do now, what we are going to do now is get our chorus, which is this one. Our chorus is this one right here, and this is gonna be sent to our group number one. So let's go ahead and come here to our enable sends. Just right click on it, you just right click on it, and then come here where it says route to this track only. So that's what we are going to do. If you put it on route to this track, it means that when you lower down the volume is just is still gonna be there. So I don't want the volume to still remain. I want to have total control in group number one of all the choruses in group number one. So just right click and then come to route to this track only. So this, our chorus now, is just gonna go to group number one. This is why when I do this, then come to the chorus, this is our chorus, this one right here. Let me play it. You can't hear the chorus even if I come here. You can't hear the chorus, right? So but when I try to like raise the volume of our group somewhere there and then go to the choruses,
sister, I'm gonna get money. Sister, I'm gonna get money.
So you are able to hear the volume, right? Yeah, that's that is the work for the group channel or the bass. Now what I want to do now is create another bass for our or you can just press F2 for our verses. So what I'm gonna do is just name these to verses and hit enter. So this the second one is gonna be for our verses, and let me just color, pick a color. Green is gonna be for our verses, and for our chorus we are gonna have another color like this one. Yeah, so this is gonna be for our verses, and we are gonna do the same procedure. Just come into the verse, like this is our verse, send it to our bass. So the same thing, right click, send to this track only, and just like that. Then I'm gonna also come to our verse 01, the same thing, go to the same bass, right click to this, route to this track only, and then verse number 2, the same thing, then come to the verse bass, right click, route to this bass only. Then our ad lib is just gonna be on, I'm gonna send this to group number 1, which is for the chorus, so route to this track only. So this is gonna be our chorus, group 1 chorus, just like that. So we have our ad lib into group number 1, verse into group number 2, which is our group number 2. This is gonna be let me just put this group 2. Yeah, so our verse is into group 2. This is our instrumental. Don't put your instrumental in any group unless if maybe if you are playing live drum sets and all that, and you can create groups for them or basses. Then our last verse is into group number, let us route this to group for the verses as well, route to this track only. Our chorus is in group number 1. Our ad lib is gonna be in ad lib is just gonna be in group number 1, route to this. So we have these. Of course you have to check, this is our instrumental. Let me just name this instrumental. Yeah, and then this is routed, this is routed, this is routed, this is routed. All right, then now that we have routed everything to our groups, let me reset the chorus to where it is supposed to be. Yeah, so now that we have created our groups, let us go ahead and save. We are going to start mixing our song, and let me just do one more thing. Let me create a Sends channel where I will be able to use effects. So let me just create number 13 is just gonna be for our for effects. So let's go ahead and name it effects. All right, I love that. Effects. All right, so let me color these. I don't know what color I can pick. Maybe this one. Yeah, maybe this one. So in this one, I'm gonna have the effects for our group. So our group is just gonna be connected to this. So this is gonna be for our effects. For now, I'm just gonna leave it where it is. Let us go ahead and add our first EQ. So our EQ into group number 1. Our EQ is gonna be, by the way, I'm using stock plugins. I'm not gonna use anything outside FL. I'm just gonna use everything in FL. So let's go ahead and use Fruit Parametric. I'll come and use this one later. Let's go ahead and use another EQ from FL. So we are gonna use this one. Then the next thing that we are gonna put in is throw in is a compressor. Let me use Fruity Compressor. So I'm gonna use Fruity Compressor. And the next plugin that I'm gonna use is Parametric EQ. So I'm gonna throw that in. So we have our EQ first, then we have our Fruity Compressor. Remember, we are working on Afro vocals, and this is basically what you are supposed to do. Then we have our EQ to like be able to control some of those frequencies that will be boosted up by the compressor. Then from there, I want to add in another a compressor again, like multi-band compressor, just to be able to compress some of those frequencies. So a multi-band compressor is right there. Then I want to be able to remove some of those ACs and all that. I think during de-essing, I'm just gonna use a multi-band compressor, or maybe just an ordinary EQ, like parametric EQ. I'm gonna use that. So for now, let's go ahead and work on the vocal. So let me start with EQing, and let's go ahead.
Sister, I'm gonna get money. I know you think I'm nobody. One day my day will break, oh. Then you'll. Sister, I'm gonna get money.